It's time for your Sports Faith Game of the Week.
Going against the man-to-man here, Luke Kroll. He's going to line up a straight-on three, and he splashed it. An 8-0 run. Sherwood catch, fire left wing, and he drills the triple. That pulled it back, and now Kroll has it left wing. Reitman steps into a top of the key jumper, and nothing but nylon. With the hippest, good motion here. Sherwood just catch, fires, and fills it up from the right corner by Quimby. And now here's a pass intercepted. It's Haynes again. He stepped in front of Sherwood. He's going to go right at Sherwood. Oh, and Alex stuffed him. Alex Sherwood, a big-time block throw ahead. Haley lead feed, layup right hand, spinner's good.
Now it's time to send it over to your host and play-by-play announcer, Greg Bone.
And good evening, everyone, from Wrightstown High School. It's time for Tigers basketball. Wrightstown and Seymour tonight in a non-conference matchup. Craig Bone with you here on Sports Faith YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Should be a fun evening here as we get a chance to see the Seymour Thunder once again in back-to-back games for us, as we saw them on Friday night. A very impressive 63-61 victory and a nail-biter come from behind. They scored the last 4 points of that basketball game after they let a 15-point lead slip away. Bobby Kukta, of course, in his fifth year, picked up his 78th win in that particular ball game. And for the Wrightstown Tigers, they come in playing very well. 3 consecutive victories, most recently 61-54 over Denmark, as they finish the season on a 3-game homestand. They have Seymour, of course, tonight. And then on senior night, Thursday night, it will be the Freedom Irish, the undefeated Irish, 17-0 in the conference. They are 21-1 on the season, but Freedom picking up a number 1 seed in Division III, and we'll talk a little bit more about that probably at halftime. But looking at the seedings that were presented yesterday, Wrightstown with a number 7 seed. They will host Amherst on Tuesday night, March 4th, and the Seymour Thunder, they get themselves a bye into the regional semifinals as they will play the winner of Tomahawk and Menominee Nation. Seymour picking up a number 3 seed. So a good seed there for the Thunder as they are having a great year. 16-6 overall, coming in 9-4 currently in the Bay Conference, as they will finish up at home on senior night. It'll be Green Bay East in the Bay Conference taking on the Seymour Thunder. Warm-ups getting set here very shortly. There's a buzzer, and the Tigers and Thunder are going to come out and get ready for this matchup, as the Tigers JV team just closed out a victory over the Thunder. Corey Hayes in his 27th year, 379 wins, 259 losses, as he's been doing it a long time. And we're looking for Aiden Humphreys and Ethan Syra, both of those guys a little bit nicked up. I talked to Aiden before the game. He's got a couple of bad ankles, one from football and then the other one that he hurt the other day in practice. But it looks like he's going to go. He's double taped up. Talked to him outside the training room. He's ready to roll. And Ethan Syra with a little bit of a toe injury, and we talked to Coach Hayes about that, and he had some comments before tonight's game, and he thought both would go, and it sure appears like both players will give it a shot. And obviously for Wrightstown, you got to stay healthy and you got to stay rested, because there's an opportunity that the Tigers could end up playing the Seymour Thunder team in a regional championship scenario, as Wrightstown plays Amherst. Then if they get by Amherst, they will go to Wittenberg-Burnhamwood, and then the winner of that game would play the winner of Seymour and whoever comes out of the 11-6 matchup, Tomahawk and Menominee Nation. So that is a very interesting development there in Division III. And then right above them in the other portion of that bracket, Freedom is the number 1 seed. And O'Connell Falls, a team that's been struggling over most recent years. They pick up a number 5 seed that will play Clintonville in the 5-12 matchup. So a matchup of Northeastern Conference teams, and the winner of that game will have to travel to Northland Pines. Freedom will get the bye, and they'll wait on the 8-9 matchup. It's Peshtigo hosting Sturgeon Bay in that Division III matchup. Let's step aside in our North Star Dental Group pregame show. When we come back, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Corey Hayes. Let's go to a break. And it's Wrightstown and Seymour tonight in non-conference action on a Monday night. Back with more. You're watching Wrightstown basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul, too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology, can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
And it's time to check in with head coach Corey Hayes of the Wrightstown Tigers as we come down the stretch of the regular season. Coach, good afternoon, and a nice little 3-game winning streak as you head into a couple of toughies to close out the home season. Seymour tonight, and then Freedom on senior night Thursday. But let's talk about your ball club currently, where you're at, and then we'll get into the seeding. You picked up a number 7 seed in the regionals coming up. We can talk about that in a little bit, but talk about overall state of your team right now, including some injury updates as well.
Yeah, we got to, this time of year, everybody's banged up a little bit. We have Aiden Humphreys went down with an ankle last Thursday in practice, and he did not play Friday night. Hopefully he's better today. We'll see. He's going to see the trainer around 5:00, and we'll make a decision. And Ethan in Friday night's game, Ethan Syro, he stubbed his toe or turf toe type thing. So he's got a little toe ailment going on, but both of those kids are pretty tough kids. And they know they're both seniors. This is it. So I think they'll probably be good to go, but we'll see.
61-54 against Denmark. Let's talk about this Seymour Ball Club. I got to see them the other night against Xavier. They pulled off a big-time win on the road. 63-61 was the final score. This is a very good basketball team. Bobby Kukta has them playing well. They're 9-4 in the Bay Conference. There's a potential when you look at the bracket, you guys could be playing again in a week and a half. Talk about the Thunder and how good this basketball team is.
They're amazing. They're very, very talented and very well coached. They're very similar to us with a lot of their principles, what they want to do offense and defensively. It's just that we don't have a 6'5" and a 6'4" kid with the skill level that they have. They got the 2 big kids. One's a junior, one's a sophomore, and they both hurt us big time last year in the paint. Everybody, when you talk about Seymour, you think of their outside shooting. Yeah, they are great shooters, but the minute you start going to take away threes like crazy, each of their big kids ends up with 20 points and 12 rebounds. And so we're going to have our hands full trying to guard them. They're very, very talented. They're not very deep. One of their better guards, a freshman. They have 3 freshmen in their top 8, but one of their freshmen, Teague Cornell, I don't know if he's back yet. Rumor had it he might be getting back from a broken wrist for the playoffs. Did he play? I don't know if he played against Xavier the other night or not.
He did not, but I was very impressed with Jordan Krause, their other freshman, having a really nice year.
Yeah, Krause is a really good bat. He does not look like a freshman. He's got a nice body, strong kid, athletic. He really shoots it. And then they bring another freshman off the bench who's the younger brother of a junior guard for them. That's just a beast. 6'2". He's got shoulders like Rocky Balboa. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge for us for sure. And they're like I said, they're a really good basketball team, and we got to play them twice. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks is our goal. We'd have to face them down the road in the playoffs if we can squeak out a few wins.
Yeah, they really shot the ball well the other night at Xavier. 9 of 20 from the 3-point line just in the first half. Finished 11 of 33, so they cooled down quite a bit in the second half, but they were able to pull out that game very, very late. Let's talk about some of the keys to tonight's game. Obviously, you talked about some of their talent and some of their size. Kyler Marks, 3-year performer on varsity, and Isaac Fesky, only a sophomore. Big bodies, very athletic. How important is help defense going to be tonight on some of these guys?
Oh, huge. We talk a lot about protecting the shell, and we can't allow any post touches. If those guys get it on the block and they're good passers, good distributors, and they really have nice footwork and body control. So we're really going to try and not allow post touches, obviously. And if there is a touch, we got to get down there and help out, and then that's going to open up some scrambles for us, and they do a nice job with some hockey assist action, and we're just gonna have to fly around. They pose a problem defensively, that's for sure, and that's what good teams do. Then you surround it with 4 other kids that can really stroke it and shooting it really well. Makes it for a challenge, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it tonight.
And then yesterday, of course, Sunday, the brackets were revealed, and it's everybody's favorite subject. A lot of complaining, generally speaking. The computer spits out the seed. Let's talk about your particular seed. And it's interesting, the region you're in, you get to avoid freedom, at least initially. You get yourself a number 7 seed. You got to go to Amherst. You win that game, you go to Wittenberg-Burnhamwood potentially. But just talk about the draw a little bit. Seymour, we already talked about them, a potential matchup in that regional final potentially. But talk about what your thoughts were on the seed number 7 for you guys.
Yeah, there was 4 teams in our subsectional grouping that were all within a loss, record-wise. I knew us 4, and we were one of them. We're going to be between a 4 seed and a 7 seed. And then when it initially came out, we were last. We were on as a 7, and as you know, the 7 hosts the 10, so we get a home game. I'm real happy for our guys to earn a home game in the playoffs. But then we would go to the 2 seed in the regional semis. And what's real nice after I looked at it and it was all said and done, it is nice not to have to go and play Freedom again. We got to play Freedom on Thursday. We would not. There's no chance at all of us playing Freedom in Freedom's gym. If we would play Freedom, it'd be in a sectional, which would be outstanding. And we got to go to a 2 seed if we happen to get by Amherst, which would be Wittenberg. And they're a very nice team, very well coached. They got a guard that's a coach's kid that is outstanding, averaging in the 30s. But it's not going to Seymour, and it's not going to Freedom. So I like the path. Not saying it's easy. It's not easy, but we play new teams. We don't have to play O'Connell Falls. We don't have to play Clintonville. We're going to play new teams, and it's going to be fun and exciting. We've never played Amherst in the 3 decades that I've been around here, and that'll be fun. And Wittenberg, we only played a handful of times, so it'll be good, and we'll see what happens. So always a fun time of year.
Good luck tonight against Seymour, and we'll catch up with you later on into the postseason.
Thank you, Craig. Thanks for the coverage.
All right, head coach Corey Hayes joining us on the North Star Dental Group pregame show, and when we come back, it'll be Wrightstown, and they will be hosting Seymour as you're watching Tigers basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul. Too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology, can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
And welcome back to our North Star Dental Group pregame show. I'm Craig Bowen on Sports Faith YouTube as the Tigers finishing their pregame warm-ups to our right. As we want to take a look at our sponsors once again, tonight's high school basketball here on Sports Faith YouTube, brought to you by North Star Dental Group. Locations in Appleton, 5760 Grand Market Drive, and in Sheboygan, 1414 North Taylor Drive, Suite 230. Tonight's game brought to you in part by OSMS, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists of Green Bay and the Fox Cities, and by Let Me Be Frank Productions. Head over to meyertheater.org and get your show tickets today. The next one on the agenda is in April. It'll be King of Krakow. Again, Let Me Be Frank Productions, meyertheater.org. Tonight's game brought to you by Pfefferly Management, the largest full-service commercial property management company north of Milwaukee, where they offer in-house services including certified HVAC, electrical, plumbing, building maintenance, lawn care, snow removal, security, janitorial, and project management. Pfefferly Management has offices in Appleton, Green Bay, Wausau, and Sheboygan. And tonight's game also brought to you by NAI Pfefferly, the commercial brokerage company that specializes in selling and leasing of commercial real estate. NAI Pfefferly has offices in Appleton, Green Bay, Wausau, and Sheboygan with 20 licensed real estate advisors. NAI Pfefferly, an affiliate of NAI Global. Please contact their offices in Appleton today at 920-968-4700 for more information. And by PRN Home Health and Therapy, where they provide home health care and therapy services to patients throughout Wisconsin. They provide quality and compassionate care to all the patients they see, treating them like their own family. Visit prncares.com for more information. And one of our hometown sponsors tonight, Greenleaf Bank, growing together with the communities they serve since 1911. Proud sponsors of the Wrightstown Tigers boys basketball team. Good luck this year from everyone at the Greenleaf Bank. And by the Pizza Shop, located in the charming River District of Wrightstown, where they offer tasty meals daily, whether you choose to dine in, takeout, or delivery. Treat yourself to the hand-tossed pizzas, pastas, hoagies, salads, appetizers, and much more. Local delivery available every day, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. The Pizza Shop, Wrightstown. Your pizza is at the shop. And by the Wrightstown Full Court Club, where their mission is to provide girls and boys the opportunity to learn, enjoy, develop individual and team skills, and excel at competitive basketball in grades K through 12 within the Wrightstown School District. And they also foster communication between players, parents, and coaches. Their motto, dedicated to competitive team basketball. As the Tigers back out on the court, they'll be in their home whites tonight. Royal blue trim. And the Seymour Thunder, as we saw them the other night, dark traveling uniforms for Bobby Kukta in his 5th year. Red trim on those uniforms and some accent of white on the top of those uniforms, as both these teams, couple of last tune-ups here before we get into postseason action. Seymour will have Green Bay East on Thursday. And Freedom comes calling here inside the Tiger Dome. And Wrightstown, Donovan Davis, Drew Courts, that's a team that could no doubt make a run to state. But that's a long ways away, and you wonder about this Seymour team. They're playing so well right now. They could match up with the Freedom Irish in a sectional semifinal. If they can win a couple of ball games, they would end up meeting up with Freedom potentially if the number 1 seed gets through their first couple of ball games. But yeah, great time of year. Looking forward to some postseason basketball. We'll be on the air a week from Friday. It'll be Ripon and Xavier. We're going to follow the Hawks in that regional semifinal game. The Hawks getting a number 5 seed. If they win, they're going to have to travel most likely to Winnebago Lutheran, as they are the number 4 seed. Laconia getting the number 1 seed down in that lower quadrant. So yes, indeed, high school basketball March mayhem is upon us as we're getting set for the national anthem here in Wrightstown. national anthem from Wrightstown. It's Seymour out of the Bay Conference taking on Wrightstown out of the Northeastern Conference. And it'll be Seymour first, and it'll be a 5'10 junior averaging 9 points a game, leads the team in assists. He'll wear number 1, Xavier Salzman. And a 6-foot junior wearing number 5, Sam Geizo. And their leading scorer, a junior 6'4", Kyler Marks, 21 points, 9 rebounds a game. And a freshman will get the call again tonight, the 6-foot freshman, Jordan Kraus. And rounding out the starting 5, it'll be a 6'2" sophomore, Isaac Fesky, 15 points, 7.5 rebounds, a couple of assists for Bobby Kukta in his 5th year, 78 wins, 49 losses. And for the homestanding Wrightstown Tigers, it'll be 5'10 senior Jaden Kiddo, joined in the backcourt by a 6'1 senior Aiden Humphreys, 11.5 points a game, 4 rebounds. And Caden Caldwell, the 6'1 senior, coming off a 19-point game against Denmark. He's averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds. And Ethan Syra, the 6-foot senior, leading scorer, 18 points per game. And rounding out the starting 5 is a 6'6 junior, number 25, Truman Morshauser. 5 points, 4.5 rebounds for Corey Hayes in his 27th year, 379 wins, 259 losses. They are 13-9 overall, 10-7 in the Northeastern Conference. 48 hours, or exactly 72 hours, I should say, removed. Seymour is from a big win the other night at Xavier. We had it for you. A couple of late turnovers by the Hawks. And Seymour scored the last 4 after blowing a 15-point lead in the second half. So now they go out on the road again, non-conference tonight. Here's Caldwell. He's coming off that 19-point game, as I mentioned, in a 7-point victory against Denmark. Aiden Humphreys playing on a couple of iffy ankles. Ethan Syra's got a little bit of a turf toe, if you will, going on. Stubbed the toe the other night. Kiddo's got a good look at a straight-on triple, wide left, no, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Wrightstown. It'll go Seymour's way. Bobby Kukta, of course, played for John Murphy at Seymour in the early 2000s, and he's done a really nice job in his 5th year. This team got themselves a number 3 seed, and they could make some noise in the postseason, no question about that. They'll get the winner of Tomahawk and Menominee Nation as Kyler Marks goes inside and misses in traffic, and that's going to be a concern tonight for the Tigers, is the size of Kyler Marks, 6'4", and then you throw in Isaac Fesky. Here's a throw by Morshauser, got away with it, trying to find Kiddo. Luckily it wasn't turned over. Here's Ethan Syra, their leading scorer. Having a really nice year for Ethan. He can pull the trigger as quick as anybody. 44% field goal shooter Syra is, and he's 36 from downtown. And here he is on a cut, and he lays it up and in. Aiden Humphreys with a beautiful feed. Good cut by Syra, and Aiden Humphreys found him. Humphreys averaging almost 3 assists per ball game. Seymour came out and hit 9 out of 20 from the 3-point line the other night at Xavier, and here's Marks in traffic. He'll draw some contact. Morshauser is going to get called for his first. Morshauser, the big body, 6'6" junior. Him and Kyler Marks will no doubt be going at it here all night down in the paint. Marks coming off a 19-point game at Xavier the other night, and here's an offensive rebound by Fesky. Salzman, nice dump in. Fesky turned with a left shoulder and easily flips it in with the right hand. So a 3-point trip and the first lead for Seymour. Syra to Kiddo. And Kiddo throws it away, turns it over, Sam Geiso. And now Geiso returns the favor, back-to-back turnovers. Geiso trying to hit a streaking Xavier Salzman. Just over 2 minutes in, 3-2 Seymour. Glad you could join us on Sports Faith YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. You'll get notified when we go live on YouTube. Here's Ethan Syra having it knocked away. Back-to-back turnovers for the Tigers. As Syra had it taken away by Geiso, and he feeds Marks for an easy land. Kyler Marks, a 3-year varsity performer, a first-team All-Bay Conference. Isaac Fesky was a second-teamer. He's only a sophomore. So those two guys back along with Xavier Salzman next year. You got Jordan Kraus, good-looking freshman, and here's a careless play. That one's going to be off of Salzman, they're going to say. Wrightstown has to take care of the basketball tonight. They averaged about 14 turnovers a game. Seymour about 13. Morsheiser, he's going to power his way and pull up from about 6 feet. Morsheiser with a nice little pivot that time and patience. Hit a little 6-footer. Used his size and power as Wrightstown now trying to get some energy on defense. Fesky's left alone, wide open three. No, and the long rebound to Morsheiser. Come the Tigers looking for a lead. Caldwell to the rim. Second lead of the game for the Tigers as they come out with some energy here against Seymour. Xavier Salzman, really good-looking junior. Marks, he can shoot that from deep. Long, Salzman with an offensive rebound, put back, no. And another offensive rebound. Looked like Fesky got hit, and now they finally do call the foul. Fesky got hit on the first one, and I'm not sure how that was not called the foul, but Fesky stuck with it. Morsheiser gets called for his second. Fesky with that big body can do a lot of damage, 6'2". Him and Kyler Marks, a great tandem. Tynes and Bunton and Vandenhoevel, along with Caleb Podgorski, checks in for Wrightstown. And Brett Polster is going to make an appearance. And Greg Salzman into the ball game for the Thunder. Fesky giving Seymour another lead, 7-6. We teeter-totter back and forth early on from Wrightstown. Asher Vandenhoevel almost lost it, and then he finally did as Marks tipped it away and stole it, and it goes to Salzman. Now to Xavier Salzman. Two Salzman, along with Fesky, Marks, and Polzer on the floor for the Thunder. Lob inside. Marks doubled. Now Salzman out of that triple team, gets fed for a straight on three. No, Marks ran it down. And the ball knocked away to Salzman. Greg Salzman, the lefty. Kyler Marks converting the and one. As our stream is back, lost connectivity there for a moment on the camera, but we're good. Marks with an early 6 points. And Wrightstown turns it back over as Jordan Kraus, the freshman, will come back in for the Thunder. Isaac Fesky will take a seat. (10-6) Thunder here early on. Now some full court pressure, and it's stolen away by the Tigers, and given right back as Tynes was looking for Podgorski. And they turn it over, the Tigers do. As Caden Caldwell with that initial interception in the backcourt. Seymour comes up empty on the jumper. Tynes had it poked away from behind. Oh, they're going to say last touch by the Tigers. Oh, I don't know. They're going to overrule here near the other official over there. They're going to converse. That was clearly knocked out of bounds by Seymour, and they're going to correct it to the right call. As that ball was harmlessly just knocked away from Tynes and out of bounds. 12:51 left, first half, early on. Glad you could join us. Preston Nowak's into the ball game, the 6-foot junior for the Tigers as well. So Caldwell, the only starter on the floor right now for Corey Hayes and the Tigers. Dangerous pass. Tynes trying to hit Nowak, and it's turned over. And here comes Mark with a little Euro step, and it's stripped away and stolen by Caldwell. Here comes Caldwell weaving through traffic. Nowak was wide open over here, but instead they reverse it to the left corner, and it's Caldwell with a triple. He has 5 early points, and we got a 1-point Seymour lead. Salzman thought about pulling the trigger. Had 11 points the other night against Xavier, all in the first half. And Jordan Kraus, he continues to play well. The freshman, he was coming off the bench earlier this year as Teague Cornell played 11 games before suffering a wrist injury. And they expect Cornell back potentially for the postseason. But in the meantime, Jordan Kraus has really stepped up big time. The freshman had 12 the other night against Xavier. There's a little left-handed flip off the Euro by Daniel Bunton. Wrightstown hanging around, down 2, and they're going to get a turnover as Greg Salzman loses the handle. Coach Hayes with some good minutes out of his bench right there, and now Kiddo and Syra back. Gaizo and Fesky back for Seymour. Here's Syra. Ethan with an early 2 points. Now Caldwell tried to flip it backwards over to Caleb Podgorski, and that one goes out of bounds, and it's been a slew of turnovers. Aiden Humphreys going to come back in here for Caldwell. And that's been a struggle this year at times, is turnovers. Both teams a little careless tonight early on in this ball game. Here's Gaizo. Now Salzman. Lob it inside Fesky. They got to double team him, and Fesky, the sophomore, going to retreat out to the 3-point line. Good defense that time by the Tigers in the post. Corey Hayes working the sideline. Tigers digging in defensively. The good man-to-man. Very active. Here's Polzer with it. Salzman's going to rotate up top. Fesky's 3 is long left. And that was a great defensive possession by the Tigers. Humphreys deep. Short on the 3 ball. Aiden playing with a couple of ankles. Heavily wrapped. Jordan Kraus, a runner off the corner of the backboard for the freshman. Kraus, a 51% field goal shooter. 10.5 points per game. That was a very dangerous skip pass by Humphreys. Luckily it got through. Now Syra going to go against Gaizo. Pull up angle right. 8-footer is off. Heartbreak for Syra. And here come the Thunder. They want to run. Gaizo across the lane. Actually, that was Salzman. Fesky goes hard to the rim. A little pump fake. Left it short. Got his own. Back up. Blocked by Podgorski. Flip it outside Gaizo. Sam with a drive. Teardrop it. Banked it in. Sam Gaizo with a beautiful teardrop floating bank. And our sponsor, Greenleaf Bank. I don't think they're open this late, but there's a deposit. Podgorski back to the basket. Humphreys, a long 2-ball attempt is short, and Kiddo tried to tip it out, and he did to Geiso. 15-11. Seymour in the lead. Palter with a very difficult pass. Deflected and stolen, and now Syra came out of there a little nonchalant, and the ball taken away from him. And now Geiso's going to go right to the rim. Layup overlaid as things are getting a little sloppy. As Wrightstown will dodge another bullet off of a turnover. Ethan Syra was bringing it up, and there was a little bit more traffic around him than he thought. Geiso will come out of this ball game for Seymour. Kyler Marks back. Colin Nyland is into the ball game for Seymour. Off the turnover, Fesky misses wide left. It's Colton Nyland, for the Thunder. Tigers down 4 despite a lot of early turnovers. Syra looking for an opening from the three-point line. It's not there, as both these teams playing very active defensively. 60 points a game, Wrightstown averages. And here's Humphreys with a little flip with the right hand. Good look by Cowell. And Humphreys, his first 2 of the ball game. And Kyler Marks left all alone, and Jordan Kraus found him. And Marks lays it up and in. He has 8. And we have a timeout on the floor. A 30-second timeout on the OSMS scoreboard. It's 17-13. Seymour, you're watching Tiger Basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
You're faced with a tough healthcare decision. You've been given a diagnosis and treatment options, but you're still not comfortable with the plan. It may be time to get another opinion. I'm Dr. Jason Klein, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. No matter what you're questioning, a second opinion can give you peace of mind. OSMS is doctor-owned and patient-focused, and we're here to help you understand your options so you can stay in charge of your health. Learn more at askforosms.com.
17-13 early on the OSMS scoreboard. Craig Bone with you on Sports Faith YouTube, and the Tigers hanging around early. Some early turnovers has been an issue, but they're playing very good defense. Humphreys now on a fake and a floater and a foul, and Humphreys will earn 2. Colton Nyland with his first, and the first foul of the ball game for Seymour. Humphreys leaves that one short. 67% shooter. Did not play against Denmark. Had the ankle he injured in practice. Did score 11 last year when they played Seymour. Tigers within 3. Good ball movement here by Seymour. Everybody is moving, motion offense. Salzman, as they're helping out on the backside against Marks, as Kyler Marks trying to post up Cowell. Now Salzman dials up long distance, and they've been a little bit colder than they were the other night against Xavier, that's for sure. As Salzman with a late whistle. Coach Hayes did not like it, as Humphreys is going to get whistled for that one, as Bennett Herman has checked back in, or has come in for the first time for Wrightstown. Coach Hayes thought that ball was lost in midair before there was any kind of contact. Humphreys picks up his first. Salzman to the free throw line. Only a 53% free throw shooter. Salzman 46 from the field. 1 of 7 last year when they played the Tigers, Salzman was. Back up 5, Seymour. Here's Syra. Ethan, very dangerous cross court to Kiddo. Bennett Herman, he'll drop it for Syra. Wrightstown going to be very patient. Seymour gives up 62 per game. Wrightstown 59. Caldwell with a running, flying right-handed layup. Caldwell with an early 7. And the lead's cut to 3. That was a great runner that time by Caldwell. Marks inside, tried to throw it to Salzman, throws it away. Syra with the steal. Dump it to Kiddo. Jaden up top for the tie. 3 balls good. Aiden Humphreys knocks down the long ball, and we're knotted at 19. And just like that, Tigers in a ball game here with Seymour. Fumbled away and stolen. 2-on-1, Syra and Kiddo. Syra spinning in the lane, flip it up, no. And Xavier with a baseball pass to Fesky. Can he run it down? He does. Fesky sprinted and got that ball before it went out of bounds. Salzman with a dish into Marks, and Marks with a whirling dervish spinning layup. A post move inside by Kyler Marks, and he's hitting double digits early. He's got 10. (21-19). Humphreys with a nice shot fake. Teardrop floater on the baseline right's no good. And back come the Thunder with a 2-point lead. High-low game, and the lob to Fesky. I think they're going to get Fesky with the push-off. Yes, they did indeed. Used his off arm to get position down there. As Humphreys and Syra will check out for Wrightstown, we're going to see Asher Vandenhoevel and Daniel Bunton. Bennett Herman will come out of here as well. Preston Nowak, the junior. Bennett Tinus on the floor. So all second liners except for Caldwell again. This group had some very nice minutes in their first appearance earlier. Inside of 5 minutes remaining in this first half, and it's been a very tight ball game. 5 points was the biggest spread for Seymour. Wrightstown with a couple of early small leads. Here's Nowak, wants to dribble it all the way underneath the basket. Now Tinus. This game is being played exactly the way Wrightstown needs it to be played. Caldwell for the lead. 3 balls long, no good, and Marks all over the glass. Kyler Marks, 9 rebounds a game as Kraus a drive and a dump. Pulser lays it up and in. Brett Pulser with his first bucket. And Seymour has scored 4 in a row since the Humphreys triple. Caldwell on a curl to the rim, and a heartbreak spin out on the layup. Great play by Wrightstown on the curl by Caldwell, and he couldn't finish. Now Marks doubled, almost tripled when he touches the ball. Galloso will give it to Marks. Plows his way in, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Kyler Marks picks up his first as he tried to drive his way down the alley, and I believe that was Caldwell that took the charge. Ethan Syra right back in for Preston Nowak. Third team foul that was on the Thunder. Syra tried to throw it inside. Who was it last touched by? They're going to say Seymour and Jordan Kraus. Jaden Kiddo back in for Bennett Tinus. We'll be on the air next senior night. Kaukauna High School. It'll be Kaukauna Fondy. Fondy wins, they share a FVA championship with Kaukauna. If the Ghosts win, they win the Fox Valley Association all by themselves after Fond du Lac lost to Oshkosh North in their last outing. And there's a grab on the perimeter as Pulser was trying to take it away from Vandenheuvel. He got some arm, his first foul. Both teams now with 4 personals. And if you're Coach Hayes and the Tigers staff, you got to be pretty happy right now. You're playing a very, very good Seymour team, and you're playing them pretty well right now. Ethan Syra trying to get going, hasn't had a lot of opportunities, an early bucket. Comes in averaging just over 18, and here he is. Syra rattles home a triple right on time. He has 5. 36% from distance. 16 points against Denmark. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 6 for 13 from the field. Tigers scrapping away, down 1. Here's Pulser, and that ball is knocked away and stolen. Here comes Syra, and he's going to get bumped in the backcourt. So not only a turnover by Pulser, but then he complicates matters. Pulser's second. Fesky is back for Seymour. Pulser will take a seat with those 2 fouls. And now Wrightstown looking to take a lead, down 1, 2:20 here left in a quick moving first half. Here's Syra, he wanted it right there and they couldn't get it to him. After he hit that 3, he's looking for more. Now Kiddo will hold and try to hit Syra, coming off a little curl. Ethan, guarded by Salzman. Now Herman. Left of the lane, gives up his dribble. Bunton with a backdoor feed. Caldwell lay it up and in. What a beautiful look by Bunton. Caldwell with an early 9. And the Tigers get themselves another lead, 24-23. They've scored the last 5. And a bump on the perimeter. They're going to get Herman with a block. Team foul number 5? Or is it 6? I got him with 5. It is the 5th, indeed. Herman's first. Marks wants to power his way on the right baseline, and he split a couple of Tigers, and he laid it up and in. His 5th field goal. He has a dozen. The other way come the Tigers. Daniel Bunton with a bucket, and now the ball's knocked out of bounds off of Seymour. Great hustle by Jaden Kiddo. So Wrightstown regains a lead once again. We've had at least 6 or 7 lead changes in this game. Kiddo off the inbound tip off of Herman, can't convert the 3. As we tick down to a minute remaining. Cross court to Salzman. Kraus gonna lob it inside Marks. He can have all he wants in there. 6 field goals, 14 as Kyler Marks, unstoppable down in the paint. Syra runs it up with the right hand and he overshot it. Ahead Salzman inside of 40 seconds remaining. No, Marks rebound, stick back, good. Kyler Marks doing whatever he wants. Isaac Fesky just got called for a delay of game as he knocked that ball away. 7 field goals for Kyler Marks, and he is a problem to say the least. .31 seconds remain, and the Tigers down a point as Seymour's run off 4 in a row. Kyler Marks, a big 19-point game the other night. Wrightstown going to hold for 1. We're down to 11. Oh, a dangerous pass, almost intercepted by Geiso. Now left alone is Caldwell. He missed it deep. Salzman with 4, throw it ahead to Marks with 3, 2, 1. Marks throw it up, oh, and they're going to call a foul. Kyler Marks draws the foul as Ethan Syra tried to keep Marks from getting to the rim, and with no time remaining in this first half, Kyler Marks will go to the line. He has 16 points. Foul number 1 on Syra. So a tough play there as Caldwell had a wide open look from the left corner, but it gave Seymour just enough time to advance the ball. And Marks comes up empty on the first. 69% free throw shooter. They put .3 back on the clock as Mark splits a pair, and Wrightstown's just going to throw it in, and they're just going to let the clock expire and go to the break. And we come to halftime on the OSMS scoreboard. A good battle, first half action. Seymour 30, Wrightstown 26. Let's step aside. We'll come back and get you some first half stats, and we'll take a look at the brand new released WIAA State Boys Basketball Championship brackets, and we'll do all of that after this timeout. Again, your score, Seymour 30, Wrightstown 26, as you watch Tigers basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
Hungry? Check out this deal on the best pizza in Wisconsin.
I love this pizza.
And you'll love getting $5 off any Gallagher's Pizza order of 30 or more. Get Wisconsin's best pizza, dine-in or delivery at any of our 4 locations, open until 10.
Welcome to Main Bar at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, where good times never end. With 30 beers on tap and a full liquor menu, your taste buds are in for a wild ride. Catch all the action on our 28 TVs and cheer on your favorite sports team. Savor our delicious food and host your events in our spacious banquet space. Enjoy live music and unleash your inner superstar with karaoke at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley.
Your healthcare should be about what's best for you. Yet too often, healthcare professionals focus on keeping patients within their system, including who they refer you to. I'm Dr. Will L. Bureau, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. You should be seen by who you want, and you can be. At OSMS, our focus is on providing you with the highest quality of care in a safe environment. The best part is, you usually don't need a referral for orthopedic care, putting full control in your hands. Learn more at askforosms.com.
And welcome back to Wrightstown. Craig Bone with you on Sports Faith YouTube. We're at the half, and a good half. Very competitive. Seymour 30-26 in the lead. Let's take a look at scorers here, leading scorers, and it was Kyler Marks doing a lot of damage tonight early on inside. 7 field goals, 3 free throws, 17 points to lead the Thunder. He comes in leading scorer for the Thunder, 21.5 per game. He scored 17 of the 30. 4 points from Isaac Fesky, 3 from Jordan Kraus, and 2 each from Brett Pulser, from Sam Geiso, and Xavier Salzman for their number 30 points in the first half. 7 of 8 from the free throw line for a Seymour team that shoots at 67% as a team. And for the Wrightstown Tigers, they were led by Caden Caldwell with his 9 points. Very solid first half for Caden. 6 from Aiden Humphreys, 5 from Ethan Syra, 4 points in the first half from Daniel Bunton off the bench, and 2 from Truman Morsheiser for their total of 26. The Tigers only got to the free throw line twice in that first half, so they want to get to that line maybe a little bit more in the second half. These two teams played last year, of course, 61-49 was the count. Wrightstown comes up short, and Kyler Marks and Isaac Fesky in that particular game were a combined 15 of 19 from the field, as they had a very impressive performance in that particular ball game. And we want to thank our sponsors once again tonight, North Star Dental Group, with locations in Appleton and in Sheboygan. And tonight's game brought to you by OSMS, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialists of Green Bay and the Fox Cities, and by Let Me Be Frank Productions. Head over to meyertheater.org, get your show tickets today. Next one up in April will be King of Krakow. So go over to meyertheater.org and buy your tickets today. And by Pfefferly Management, the largest full-service commercial property management company north of Milwaukee. They offer in-house services including certified HVAC, electrical, plumbing, building maintenance, lawn care, snow removal, security, janitorial, and project management. Pfefferly Management has offices in Appleton, Green Bay, Wausau, and Sheboygan. And by NAI Pfefferly, the commercial brokerage company that specializes in selling and leasing of commercial real estate, including office, retail, industrial, medical, investment, and land. Contact their offices in Appleton today, 920-968-4700, where they have 20 licensed real estate advisors. By PRN, Home Health and Therapy, where they provide quality and passionate care to all the patients they see, treating them like their own family. Visit prncares.com for more information. And our hometown sponsor tonight, Greenleaf Bank, growing together with the communities they serve since 1911. Proud sponsors of the Wrightstown Tigers boys basketball team. Good luck this year from everyone at Greenleaf Bank. And by the Pizza Shop, located in the charming River District of Wrightstown, where they offer tasty meals daily. Whether you choose to dine in, takeout, or delivery, treat yourself to the hand-tossed pizzas, pastas, hoagies, salads, appetizers, and much more. Local delivery available every day, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. The Pizza Shop Wrightstown. Your pizza is at the shop. And by the Wrightstown Full Court Club, where their mission is to provide girls and boys the opportunity to learn, enjoy, develop individual and team skills, and excel at competitive basketball in grades K through 12 within the Wrightstown School District, and to foster communication between players, parents, and coaches. And their motto, of course, is dedicated to competitive team basketball. So another great list of sponsors here on Sports Faith YouTube tonight. Glad you could join us as we are at the half, as Wrightstown trails this one 30-26 against a very good Seymour team, 9-4 out of the Bay Conference. And we wanted to take a little peek here at some brackets, and we'll take a little gander here at Division I. Of course, yesterday was the bracket reveal show, so everybody has their assignments. And locally, it starts with Kaukauna getting the number 1 seed. They are playing for an outright championship Thursday night against Fond du Lac. We'll have that game for you with an approximate 7:30 tip. Myself and Joey D will be on the call, but Kaukauna gets a bye into the regional semis, and they'll take on the winner of the 17-16 matchup, Appleton West and Wisconsin Rapids. And if Kaukauna would move into the regional final, they would get the winner of Neenah and Hortonville, which is the 8-9 matchup in Division I. And over on the other side of the bracket, De Pere, the Redbirds, a state champion a couple of years ago. They got the number 1 seed, and they will play a week from Friday. They'll take on the 17-16 winner, Oshkosh West or Manitowoc Lincoln. And then it's Germantown versus Arrowhead. So the winner of that game, and of course Arrowhead beat De Pere last year in the sectional final. So that could be a potential matchup. Arrowhead with the number 8 seed in that particular bracket. Let's move on and take a look at some other divisions here. And we're going to skip right to Division 3, which is the one that we're covering here this evening. As the Wrightstown Tigers end up with a number 7 seed, they will travel to Amherst in the opening night of action next Tuesday night, March 4th. They will go to Amherst, and if they survive that, they will go to Wittenberg-Burnham with the number 2 seed. And for the Seymour Thunder, this is an interesting scenario. If they beat the winner of Tomahawk and Menominee Nation, they could potentially match up with Wrightstown if the Tigers can win their first 2 games. So these 2 teams we're watching tonight could most definitely meet again. Freedom, of course, the number 1 seed up at the top right-hand corner. They will play the winner of Sturgeon Bay Peshtigo. And when you go down south here in the brackets, Laconia got the number 1 seed. Kiel, the number 2 seed. And Little Chute out of the Northeastern Conference, they're the number 3 seed. They get the first round bye. They'll play the winner of Chilton and Two Rivers. So yes, indeed, March is upon us, and it should be some exciting basketball as we're going to open up our coverage. A week from Friday night, we'll be at Xavier High School. The Hawks will take on Ripon in the regional semifinal, and if they win that one, they may have to travel. Most likely, if they do travel, it's going to be to Winnebago Lutheran, as they were the number 4 seed, or are the 4 seed in this tournament. So great basketball coming up on Sports Faith YouTube in the month of March, and we'll follow some local teams on some audio streams down at the Cole Center. Depends on who makes it down to Madison, as Kyler Marks with a spinning move. Now Fesky outside. Gaizo's got a good look, and he splashed the 3 ball. Sam Gaizo opens up the scoring. Seymour with their largest lead of 7. Gaizo averaging about 4.5 points. Season high this year against Shawano of 19. Now, if you're Wrightstown, you just got to hang around. They come out with their starting 5, their original starting 5. Ethan Syra, 5 points, fairly quiet first half, did not get a lot of looks. Leading scorer for Wrightstown. Now Kiddo's in trouble, he's got to get rid of it. Ball deflected, almost taken away by Jordan Kraus. Now the Tigers reset. Inside, out of traffic, ball knocked away and taken away by Xavier Salzman. Turnover Tigers. Kraus, the freshman, playing much older than a freshman. Gaizo, floating bank shot, no. That was a tough leaner. And now they're going to get a jump ball as Salzman ties up Syra. But the arrow will go to Wrightstown. Bobby Kukta telling his guys, chin that basketball. Be strong with it when you get a rebound. 2 minutes elapsed, second half. Tigers down 7, need a bucket. Seymour defense been very good. Morschhauser just powers his way with a left hand right against Fesky, and he took it right at him. Very aggressive move that time by Truman Morschhauser. And he finishes. Wrightstown down 5. Talked about Teague Cornell earlier, the freshman, out with a wrist injury, played 11 games. But it's been Jordan Kraus that's filled in nicely. And speaking of filling up, Isaac Fesky fills it up from downtown. He has 7. Cornell expected to come back. Talked to Coach Kukta earlier before the ball game, and Humphreys matches the 3. Big hit, Aiden Humphreys with 9. Wrightstown back to within 5. Gaizo's got a good look, and he buried another one. His second of the second half, and it was from the same exact spot. left wing triple, and Humphreys feeling it. He got another one. And all of a sudden it's a shootout. Humphreys with back-to-back threes. Geiso with a couple of threes. 5-point lead for the Thunder. Kraus just turned fire, and the freshman drills it. Oh my goodness, it is raining threes here in Wrightstown. 4 triples in the second half for the Thunder, and Syra finally misses. All the points are threes for both teams except for a Morshauser inside layup. All the points for Seymour off the long ball. And Geiso throws it off the bottom backside of the backboard, which is out of bounds. I think Coach Kukta thought maybe Geiso got bumped on the baseline drive. No call. Benetinas is back for Wrightstown. Humphreys and Kiddo are going to take a seat. Daniel Bunton back in for the Tigers as well. Biggest lead of the game is 8 for Seymour. Inside drive, and Kyler Marks rejects Daniel Bunton. Kyler Marks, 19th block of the year, as Brett Pulser will come in for the Thunder, as will Greg Salzman. Fesky and Geiso take a seat, and Asher Vandenheuvel, sprints to the scores table. Morshauser is going to go to the bench. Good defense there by Salzman, cutting off Syra. Bunton hands it to Syra. Ethan dribbled it off his foot, turned it over. Off the left foot of Syra and stolen by Kraus. Kraus looked like he dragged the pivot foot. The Wrightstown faithful thought he traveled. No call. And here's Marks. 17 in the first half. Has not scored yet in the second. Spinning 360 Salzman. My goodness, that was gorgeous. 360 spin in the lane. He teardropped it up and in. He has 4. And Corey Hayes says, give me a timeout. The lead is ballooned to double digits. It'll be a full timeout on the OSMS scoreboard. Seymour 44, Wrightstown 34. Back with more basketball. You're watching Tigers basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul. Too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology, can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
Your healthcare should be about what's best for you. Yet too often, healthcare professionals focus on keeping patients within their system, including who they refer you to. I'm Dr. Will Elburo, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. You should be seen by who you want, and you can be. At OSMS, our focus is on providing you with the highest quality of care in a safe environment. The best part is, you usually don't need a referral for orthopedic care, putting full control in your hands. Learn more at askforosms.com.
Seymour stretching it out a little bit. They led by 4 at the break, now up 10 as they've knocked down 4 triples in the first 5 minutes of this second half. Benetinas with a nice drive, throw it up. Oh, and he left it just short, but he'll earn a couple of foul shots. Good drive that time by Tynas, as Greg Salzman picks up his first. First team foul. Benetinas, 2 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds against Denmark in their last victory. Tynas, 23rd game, has started 1. Off the missed free throw, Humphreys, a tough shot, now a throwaway by Salzman, and it's intercepted by Bunton. So Humphreys splits a pair, and they get a Another possession off the turnover. Spinning move, Caldwell quickly to the rim, and he shot it too hard. Rebound Vanden Heuvel, blocked from behind by Salzman. Now back inside, Caldwell lays it up and in. Caden Caldwell battling on the glass. And the lead is 7 as the Tigers come away with a 3-point trip. Xavier Salzman, good hedge by Bunton. Now Salzman straight away, gonna lob it into traffic, and on the help defense, they're gonna get Bunton, I believe, number 11 indeed it is. His first. When that ball gets lobbed to Marks, there are white shirts all over number 23. It is 2 to 3 white shirts every time he touches it. Little give and go on the inbounds play from Kraus to Marks. Now Marks turning right of the lane. He overran it. Almost traveled with it. And here come the Tigers trying to cut into a 7-point lead. Aiden Humphreys with a dozen in the ball game, including 3 triples. Here's Caldwell now back to the basket with Kraus, turning one way. Couldn't shake Kraus loose. Wrightstown not an overly big basketball team, as Bunton had a good look at a layup. Now that is a good call off the ball that time. There was a clear out on Pulser, I think. Yeah, there was a clear push on Bunton. Very good call by the sideline official over there, as Bunton got clearly pushed by Pulser, and now Pulser has 3 fouls. He's going to come out along with Marks and Greg Salzman, as Colton Nyland back along with Sam Geiso for the Thunder. Fesky's back on the floor as well for Seymour. Humphreys, can he get another long distance 3 that just rolled off on the soft rims? Tynes with an offensive stick back attempt. No! And Morsheiser on another offensive rebound is going to get grabbed. It's going to be Nyland. And it's Nealon, my apologies. Colton Nealon with his second. Team foul number 3 on the Thunder, as the Tigers battling on the offensive glass. Humphreys left baseline, skip it. Tynes 3 on the way is way long. Ball tipped up the air. Bunton has it. Back to Tynes. He's going to go right at Fesky, leave it short, and get his own. My goodness, Wrightstown getting all kinds of second, third, fourth opportunities. Just inside of 11 minutes remaining. Tynes, good defense by Jordan Kraus. Now Moisheiser is going to reset this offense. Here's Syra. Ethan with a little hesitation. Good help defense on the backside by Fesky. 3 on the way. Short from Tynes. And Wrightstown can't ask for any more opportunities than that. As I lost track between offensive rebounds, a Seymour turnover. Salzman trigger it and drill it from the left corner pocket. No hesitation there, and the lead's back to 10. Salzman with 7. Penetration by Bunton. Now Tynes float it in traffic. Little too hard, and here come the Thunder with a 10-point lead. Wrightstown really struggling offensively at times tonight, shooting the basketball. Fesky could have shot it. Dumped it to Nealon, and a late whistle from the official on the outside. Humphreys across the elbow, his second. I thought Fesky could have easily shot that basketball, but he was unselfish and dumped it to Nealon. Second on Humphreys, team foul number 2 on the Tigers. Nealon, the 5'10 senior, has only shot 2 free throws this year, and he's 0 for 3 now. Cowell and Kiddo back in for the Tigers. Tynes and Bunton out. 9:48 left. Nealon comes up empty on a pair. Ball loose. Somebody's got to grab it. Who's got it? We're going to have a jump ball. Wrightstown could not corral that rebound. Seymour owns the arrow, and Kyler Marks, who has yet to score in this second half, is going to come in for Nealon. Marks with 17 to lead all scorers. Humphreys has 12 for the Tigers. Caldwell with 11. Cleaning up some perspiration on the hardwood. We'll be in Kaukauna Thursday night, senior night. Fond du Lac, Kaukauna should be a good one. Teams that were tied a good portion of the year for first place. Kaukauna owns a one-game lead and can win it outright, the FVA. Here's Salzman now going to drive, and a tough pass. I don't know how Marks caught it, but now swinging it to the left wing. Honeycombed out on a three was Fesky, and now we're going to get a reach in, and it's going to be Kyler Marks with his second. Good look by Fesky. That thing just spun out. Wrightstown down 10. For a team that is not explosive offensively, a 10-point lead is not a normal 10-point lead, and now Marks is going to pick up another reach in from behind this time. So that is 3 now on Kyler Marks. See if Coach Kukta goes to the bench. He looked down the bench, thought about it. I think he's going to stick with Marks here for the foreseeable future with a 10-point lead. 9 minutes to go, halfway through the second half. Kiddo with a nice little hesitation. Now he's in the paint, and he flips it over Jordan Kraus with his right hand, and Kiddo scores his first deuce of the ball game. Averages 8, and the lead is 8 for Seymour. Salzman, two-man game, beautiful feed. Fesky wide open, and he missed the absolute bunny. Oh, and Jaden Kiddo was going to grab that ball, but he let it go. He thought it was off of Seymour, and Seymour gets the ball back. What a beautiful two-man game that was with Salzman and Fesky, and you don't see Fesky miss a point blanker like that. Marks faked the three. Kraus does not fake the three, and the freshman leans into a triple. He is something else. He has 3 triples for his 9. He plays way beyond his years. There is no hesitation as the 3 is long by Caldwell. And now Seymour trying to take even more control of this game, up 11. Jordan Kraus filling in for the injured Teague Cornell. So Cornell and Kraus, both freshmen. Salzman, you can't leave him, Xavier, and he splashes the nylon. And now things getting a little bit out of hand here for Wrightstown as they need a full timeout with 7:47 remaining on the OSMS scoreboard. Seymour with their largest lead. They've stretched it out 53-39. Back with more basketball. You're watching Tiger Basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul. Too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology, can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
And the Seymour Thunder starting to roll here in this second half. They led by 4 at the break. And it is now their largest lead of the ball game, 14. As Kyler Marks had 17 in the first half, has yet to score in the second half, but the Thunder starting to get hot from distance like they did the other night against Xavier. They hit 11 threes in the game. They were 9 of 20 in the first half. They have hit 7 threes in the second half. They have a total of 8 in the game. They're a 40% three-point shooting team. They got off to a slow start shooting the ball in the first half from distance, but my goodness, they've been very good here since the break. Syra was going to fade away from 12. Now he's going to let go from the right wing, and he drills it. Ethan Syra with the quick trigger. He has 8. And the Tigers need a couple of stops, down 11 with 6:55 and counting. Marks has it knocked out of bounds. Want to thank North Star Dental Group, of course, OSMS. Let Me Be Frank Productions. Go to MeyerTheater.org. Here's a pass into the backcourt, and Jaden Kittle with a hustle foul there as he was trying to run it down. Jordan Kraus beat him to it, and then Kittle bumped Kraus. Kittle's first team foul, number 3 on Wrightstown. Jordan Kraus, the freshman, very composed out there. I love his game. Saw him the other night against Xavier. Played very well in that game, had 12 points in hostile territory at Xavier High School, and now the reach, I think Caldwell's going to get, no, they're going to get the big fella, Morshauser, his third. Truman has 4 points in this ball game. 6'6" junior, coming off a 12-point, 15-rebound double-double against the Vikings. And now Caldwell picks up a quick foul, his second. Both teams now, team fouls 5. Feske's going to get called for the off-arm push again. They called him on that in the first half as he's trying to get the lob. And on the overplaying defender, he's pushing away with that arm, and he got dinged with it again, his second. Team foul number 6 on Seymour. Time starting to become a little bit of a factor. Wrightstown down 11. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Caldwell with a nice feed. Truman with a layup. Morshauser. Good look by Caldwell, and the lead is back down inside of double digits. It's 9. Wrightstown Tigers going to fight to the very end tonight. They always do. Here's Feske. Thought about a 3. Morshauser with a good closeout. Feske with 7 points in the game, and now a turnover. And you don't want to see that if you're Coach Kukta. You're up 9. You're in control of this basketball game right now. You don't want to give the Tigers any windows. Here comes Syra. Big possession here for the Tigers. Down 9. Kiddo. Syra, I thought he was going to pull the trigger. He didn't. Sam Gaizo with some pretty good closeout. Now Syra trying to get loose again, but Gaizo right there. Caldwell almost lost the basketball, but now gets it back from Kiddo. Here's Syra. Ethan knocked away temporarily, and Seymour really preventing Wrightstown to get any kind of look whatsoever. Now they're going to post up Morshauser, but he's got to go chase that ball into the corner. Syra, he wants to get something off, but Sam Guy's a really good defensive player. Kiddo wants to drive hard. He got fouled on the shot, and the patience paid off as Jaden Kiddo took it right at the freshman Kraus. And he will earn 2. So an opportunity for Jaden Kiddo. 68% from the free throw line this year. Plenty of time left, 4:40. And you got to have the free throws. Wrightstown 1 of 2 only in the first half. Currently 2 of 5 for the game as Kiddo knocks that one down. And the lead is 8. Wrightstown looking to get a stop. They need one in the worst way. Here's Fesky, right wing. They want to get the lob. Marks is being fronted by Cowell, and Seymour is going to use a timeout, and we're going to keep it right here. I believe it's a full timeout. 4:26 showing on the OSMS scoreboard. 53-45. Seymour is in the lead, and our great sponsors once again. Tonight's basketball brought to you by North Star Dental Group, locations in Appleton and in Sheboygan, and by OSMS, orthopedic and sports medicine specialists of Green Bay and the Fox Cities, and by Let Me Be Frank Productions. Head over to meyertheater.org and get your show tickets today. In April, it is King of Krakow, as I was able to check out their show on Saturday. Their matinee show we went to. Anchorman, Good Morning Green Bay. Another good one. If you're looking for comedy and some great music, head over to meyertheater.org. Get your tickets today. Let Me Be Frank Productions. And by Pfefferly Management, largest full-service commercial property management company north of Milwaukee, and NAI Pfefferly, the commercial brokerage company that specializes in selling and leasing of commercial real estate, and by PRN, Home Health and Therapy, and by Greenleaf Bank, by the Pizza Shop. Your pizza is at the shop, and by the Wrightstown Full Court Club. As we come down the stretch on a Monday night non-conference tilt. Seymour trying to hold on, up 8. Out of a timeout, Salzman was blocked by Humphreys, but he got it back and he fed Gaizo. 3 ball, that's a big one, and it's a miss, and Caldwell breaks out with it. It's a 3-on-2. Caden, jump stop, bank it, score it! Caden Caldwell did a beautiful job letting the defender go by. And don't look now, it's a 6-point ball game. 14 was the largest for the Thunder. Fesky with a big look straight on 3, and that's a big hit. Cold-blooded hit by Isaac Fesky. He has 10. That was a big bucket. Now inside, Morsheiser just powered up. Instead, he dribbled it, and Jordan Krause picked his pocket. The freshman on help defense took it away from the big fella. Now a lob pass by Gaizo is intercepted. And now a traveling as Aiden Humphreys was going to throw it ahead. And he ended up catching his own. And a big turnover right there on the Tigers. When you're down 9, you got to take care of the basketball. And now Seymour in no hurry. Salzman hooks at the Fesky, 2 in a row, and he drops another 3. His 3rd triple of the second half. He has 13, and those were 2 big daggers. The lead was down to 6, and Fesky with 2 big 3s. Now Kiddo with an angle right jumper is off. And now things are going to get very difficult, especially when Marks gets loose. Xavier Salzman finds him, and Corey Hay is going to use a timeout, and just like that, an 8-0 run by the Thunder after the Tigers cut it to 6, and this one has flipped in a big, big hurry, and it was Isaac Fesky with a couple of big 3s, and then Kyler Marks scoring his first deuce of the second half. 2:52 remaining on the OSMS scoreboard, 61-47. Seymour matching their largest lead of 14. in this game. Seymour on senior night. They will host Green Bay East Thursday, and the Freedom Irish, the undefeated Northeastern Conference Freedom Irish, they will come in here on senior night. As Freedom, only one loss on the year, 21-1. Little Chute is going to take second place this year, 14-3 in the Northeastern. And Fox Valley Lutheran, a team that we saw come in here and beat Wrightstown earlier this year, and we also had them against Xavier opening night of the season. Fox Valley Lutheran up in Division II. They are 14-8 overall, as they will play in Division II of the high school playoffs. Now Marsheiser with a beautiful turn with the right shoulder, and he banked it with the left hand and one. Marsheiser, nice post move. And if you're Seymour, you surely don't want to foul. Jordan Kraus picks up his second. Fox Valley Lutheran, by the way, a 6 seed. They will host Lacrosse, Logan. Marsheiser with the miss, and then a foul the other way. Cowell will pick up his third, team foul number 6. Now Wrightstown has to start chasing. Down 12 with 2:35 remaining. A big 8-0 run by Seymour. And it was Isaac Fesky dialing up a couple of threes. Here's a near steal. Fesky thought about letting it fly. Good handles there behind the back by the 6'2 sophomore. Really good looking athlete right there. Him and Marks will be back next year along with Xavier Salzman, and you bring back Jordan Kraus and Teague Cornell. I'll tell you right now, this Seymour team is going to be something else next year in the Bay Conference, as Bobby Kukta is going to use a 30-second timeout, and we'll take one with him. 2:07 left, 61-49 Seymour. You're watching Tiger Basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
Your healthcare should be about what's best for you. Yet too often, healthcare professionals focus on keeping patients within their system, including who they refer you to. I'm Dr. Will Elburo, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. You should be seen by who you want, and you can be. At OSMS, our focus is on providing you with the highest quality of care in a safe environment. The best part is, you usually don't need a referral for orthopedic care, putting full control in your hands. Learn more at askforosms.com.
We come down the stretch, 2:07 remaining. Craig Bone with you on Sports Faith YouTube. Please subscribe if you haven't. And here's a step in front, steal by Kiddo to the rim. He got bumped and he laid it in. It looked like an and one, no call. And a steal and bucket by Kiddo, and it's a 10-point game. Seymour just trying to take care of this basketball. Trying to get their 17th win of the season. This would be a good non-conference win as Marks goes in, might have got hit. No call, and the ball to the corner, and good hustle there by Caldwell. It'll stay Seymour ball. 1:38 remaining. Turning point of this second half. Seymour allowed Wrightstown to get within 6. And then a couple of big threes by Isaac Fesky. Speaking of Fesky, high-low from Marks. He fumbled it, and Caldwell blocked it from behind. Now Marsheiser blew out a tire, was able to get it back and find Kiddo. 16-foot jumper, baseline left, no, and the ball comes out to Salzman on a foul. And a little frustration foul by Truman Marsheiser on that one as he picks up number 4. Kiddo had a good look at about a 16-footer. Came up empty as Fesky on the other end thought he got hit on the wrist. as Fesky has been very active this evening, especially in the second half. He has 13. As Salzman having a nice game as well. That's 11 for Salzman. He had 11 in the first half against Xavier. Did not score in the second half as Fesky up over the top of Morshauser, cannot finish. And now Truman on the pass out to Syra, they're going to get a reach-in foul on Marks. Kyler Marks has 4, and that's 9 team fouls. To the stripe we go. Morshauser is going to shoot 1 and 1. 12 points, 15 rebounds against Denmark, his season high. Daniel Bunton in for Syra. A little offensive defensive substitution. Morshauser 0 for 1 from the stripe tonight. The big lefty up and good. Now Seymour just preparing for some pressure here, full court. Trying to hold on to a 10-point lead, 1:11 remaining. And that one's going to be short, tipped out of bounds. I think it's off of Wrightstown, and it was. Now Wrightstown, Bennett Tynes in here for some defensive pressure as well. And here's a knockaway from behind by Caldwell on Kraus, and a 3-on-2 results. Kiddo, they got to get a shot up quickly. We're inside of a minute. Here's Tynes. Kiddo gonna drive, closed off. Underneath was Bunton, and the Tigers cannot get a shot. Caldwell, kick it. Kiddo's got to look. 3 on the way, no. Short left. And that is going to about do it as Morshauser just fouled out of this ball game. As Isaac Fesky will go to the other end. And that is going to do it for Morshauser, and that's going to do it for the starters and a good chunk of the second team players, as the Tigers are going to bring out Asher Vandenheuvel, Caleb Podgorski into the ball game, Michael Bessel in for Wrightstown as well, Bennett Herman and Preston Nowak into the game for Wrightstown. 34.8 seconds remaining. The Tigers are going to fall to 13-10 overall. As Fesky, very nice evening for him. 15 points. Kyler Marks with 19. Fesky had 14 the other night against Xavier. Preston Nowak now gives it to Vandenheuvel. Asher, pull up 15-footer, in and out. And that is going to do it. Jordan Kraus going to come into the front court. And the Thunder going to get back-to-back road victories. 64-52 is going to be your final score as the Thunder go to 17-6. Bobby Kukta getting his 79th victory at the helm of the Seymour Thunderball Club. That is going to do it on the OSMS scoreboard. Seymour 64, Wrightstown 52. Back with final statistics after this. You're watching Tiger Basketball on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul. Too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
You're faced with a tough healthcare decision. You've been given a diagnosis and treatment options, but you're still not comfortable with the plan. It may be time to get another opinion. I'm Dr. Jason Klein, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. No matter what you're questioning, a second opinion can give you peace of mind. OSMS is doctor-owned and patient-focused, and we're here to help you understand your options so you can stay in charge of your health. Learn more at askforosms.com.
And welcome back to Wrightstown High School on Sports Faith YouTube. Craig Bone with you, and the Seymour Thunder got their 17th victory of the year. 64-52 is the final on that OSMS scoreboard. As we tally up a few numbers here, and it was one of those games where Seymour just got hot in the second half. They knocked down a bunch of early threes. In fact, the first 12 points of that second half were scored from beyond the arc. Wrightstown, though, did make a run. They got this game to within 43-37. And Isaac Fesky with back-to-back threes and a Kyler Marks layup. And all of a sudden, it was back to a 14-point lead. So Seymour with a couple of 14-point leads in this ball game, and they just held on here late as Wrightstown made that one push, but they just could not get any closer than 6 points in this second half. Let's take a look at leading scorers. First for Seymour, as they had some very good balance this evening. They were led by Kyler Marks as he matches his 19 that he had the other night against Xavier. He did it again. Isaac Fesky with 15, coming off a 14-point game against Xavier, and Xavier Salzman matches his game from the other night. He scores 11. The other night, 11 were scored in the first half by Salzman. Tonight, he scored 9 of his 11 after the halftime break, and 9 points this evening from the freshman Jordan Kraus, all on three-point buckets. 8 tonight from Sam Geiso, 2 from Brett Palzer, and Colton Neeland played in this ball game but did not score, for their total then of 64. And for Wrightstown, they were led tonight in scoring by Caden Caldwell with 13, 12 from Aiden Humphreys, 9 points tonight from Truman Morshauser, 8 points from Ethan Syra, 5 from Jaden Kittle, 4 from Daniel Bunton, and 1 free throw from Bennett Tynes for the Wrightstown total of 52 points. And just taking a look at foul shooting here, 7 free throws in the second half, 9 in total for the Tigers, and they ended up making 4 of them. So 4 of 9 from the free throw line this evening. And for Seymour, they ended up shooting a total of 14 free throws in the ball game, and they ended up making a total of 10. So 10 of 14 from the free throw line for Seymour, as they shoot at 67% from the stripe this year. So that'll do it. And we're glad to have you tonight on a Monday night, a little non-conference basketball action as the Bay Conference comes out on top tonight over the Northeastern Conference. Your final once again, Seymour 64, Wrightstown 52. And we want to thank our sponsors once again for making our broadcast possible tonight and all season long, as our pregame show sponsor, North Star Dental Group, locations in Appleton and in Sheboygan. And tonight's game brought to you in part by OSMS and by Let Me Be Frank Productions. Go to meyertheater.org and get your tickets today. Tonight's game brought to you by Pfefferly Management and by NII Pfefferly and by PRN Home Health and Therapy, and our hometown sponsors tonight, Greenleaf Bank, serving the community since 1911, proud sponsors of the Tigers boys basketball team. Good luck this year from everyone at Greenleaf Bank. And by the Pizza Shop. Local delivery available every day, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. The Pizza Shop, Wrightstown. Your pizza is at the shop. And by the Wrightstown Full Court Club, where their motto is dedicated to competitive team basketball. And that is going to do it for our coverage of Wrightstown basketball this year. We had 5 games on Sports Faith, and we want to thank everybody here, including Craig Hayes, assistant coach and athletic director, for setting us up, and of course Corey Hayes for all his time on our pregame interviews. And we wish the Tigers nothing but the best of luck as they will open up postseason play. They will host Amherst in opening night action a week from tomorrow night, and if they win that one, they will travel to Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. But we wish the Tigers good luck, and our next broadcast will be Thursday night. It'll be senior night in Kaukauna as the Galloping Ghosts look to win the FVA outright as they take on the Fond du Lac Cardinals. And then after that, our first tournament action will be the Xavier Hawks as they will take on Ripon a week from Friday night from Xavier High School. We'll have it for you on Sports Faith YouTube. And until Thursday night, bidding you a pleasant good evening on a Monday night. Your final again, Seymour 64, Wrightstown 52. And we'll talk to you next from